Well, we are starting a new series, and with reading number 1, we are jumping into the life series, and we're going to start here with life from non-life. You are going to love this session because you get to start destroying one of the subjects that has been most destructive to the Christian faith, and one that continues to be nearly universally accepted as scientific fact among our youth. You get to change lives with this lesson and with this series. Welcome to Tested as Trained, where our goal is to present Scripture and the evidence for Christianity in a way that destroys arguments and pretensions of every kind that sets itself up against the knowledge of God in order to keep our kids in the faith. The purpose of this video is to guide your preparation for this session. You will have the correct answers to the questions, learn the key ideas, and gain some ideas for engaging your students in the discussion. There are several takeaways for this lesson, more than usual. Number 1, your students should take away the knowledge that the very basis for the theory of evolution is flawed and goes against all accepted scientific observation. Number 2, nothing ever springs to life from non-living things. In fact, there's a scientific law called the Law of Biogenesis that says living things only come from other living things. This is what scientists live by. Number 3, they should know that things go from order to disorder when left on their own. They might even learn that it's called the Law of Entropy, or the second law of thermodynamics. Make sure that they know that scientists have no idea how life began from non-life, nor how it became more complex, and they've never performed a study that gave them any vision of evolutionary processes. They are lost. And finally, if you are up for it, you can discuss how Adam and Eve had perfect DNA and how we are deteriorating as a species, not getting stronger. Let's look at our questions. Number 1, secular scientists believe that life first came from non-living things. That is true. Number 2, despite carefully crafted experiments, scientists have never been able to create life from non-living things. That is true. Number 3, when left alone, things usually go from good condition to worse condition. That is true. Number 4, the theory of evolution is not contradictory to the Bible. False. Number 5, scientists believe that today life only comes from other living things. True. As you're looking to engage the students in the discussion during this session, take some time to get the best stories from the kids of things that they have seen go from good to bad when left alone. Has anyone ever done work in a fixer-up house? Does anyone do work on old cars? Those are some good examples. Perhaps discuss the very topic of entropy as it relates to the human body. What has deteriorated on you as an adult versus the young kids? Knees, eyes, ears, muscles, etc. Besides the movies, have they ever seen something get healthier with age? What about when they are 80 or 90 or 100 years old? Perhaps discuss the theory of evolution, and that what it is saying is quite the opposite is true, that things get better and more complex when left alone. And perhaps the last example or last possibility is ask about what life really is. Is it a body, or is it something more that can't be made up by molecules? Come up with your own examples and way of engaging the kids. Remember to use current events or relate things that are happening in your community or in the lives of your kids to make the lessons real. Ask a bunch of questions. The next session is going to cover the theory of evolution. In fact, we are going to discuss Darwin's finches, the very heart of the theory, even today, and expose the fraud that it is. Respect your kids' intellect, test their knowledge of Scripture and the evidence that supports the claims of Scripture, and you are training them to impact the world for Christ. I speak and train extensively on the topic of properly training our youth, and I'm happy to consider engaging with your organization too. Please send an email to me at b@bracebarber.com if you have any requests, questions, comments, critiques, or ideas. Have a blessed day.